Immanuel Kant, the philosophical powerhouse, known for his rigorous moral framework, has a bone to pick with John Rawls, the acclaimed advocate of justice and equality. But why does Kant believe that Rawls' concept of justice falls short? Prepare to have your perception challenged as we dive into the intricate debate between these two philosophical giants. Kant firmly believed in the power of reason and the existence of universal moral principles. He argued that individuals possess inherent dignity, and this dignity must be respected and protected through a moral system that upholds fairness for all. However, when analyzing Rawls' theory of justice, Kant identified a crucial flaw that left him discontent. Rawls argued for a principle of justice called the difference principle, which prioritizes the well-being of the least advantaged members of society. While this notion may seem noble at first glance, Kant raised a thought-provoking question: does justice solely depend on the outcomes it produces, or should it also consider the intentions and the fairness of the process? Kant argued that justice should not merely focus on the end result but also emphasize the fairness of the rules and principles that govern society. He believed that true justice lies in the impartial application of moral laws that are universally valid. In Kant's eyes, fairness should not be determined by the redistribution of resources to alleviate inequalities, but rather through the establishment of a just system where all individuals have equal opportunities and equal access to the resources they need to flourish. To put Kant's criticism of Rawls in concrete terms, let's imagine a scenario where Kant himself is the protagonist. Picture Kant, with his distinctive wig, walking the streets of a bustling 18th century town. He encounters a beggar who is struggling to survive due to severe poverty. Now, according to Rawls, the fair response would be to redistribute wealth from the wealthy to the poor. However, Kant would argue that true justice lies not in simply handing out money but in ensuring that every person has a fair chance to improve their situation. He would advocate for an equitable system that eliminates any barriers preventing the beggar from accessing education, employment, or other resources necessary for rising above poverty. Kant's critique of Rawls has significant implications for our modern society. It calls into question the prevailing notion that justice is solely achieved through wealth redistribution. Instead, Kant invites us to consider a more profound and comprehensive conception of justice that centers on creating a fair and impartial social structure, where everyone has an equal opportunity to succeed. While Rawls' ideas have undoubtedly shaped contemporary discourse on justice, Kant reminds us to critically examine our guiding principles. Kane's philosophy leads us to inquire whether justice should focus solely on outcomes or if we should prioritize the fairness of the process itself. In the end, the debate between Kant and Rawls reveals that justice is more intricate and complex than we may have initially thought. As we navigate towards a fairer future, we must challenge established norms and reflect on the deeper meaning of justice. So ask yourself, are you truly living a fair life, or is there more to consider?